Hello student, today we are looking at the factorization of quadratic expressions, but then the question is, how does a quadratic expression look like? So quadratic expressions are expressions at least with a number that has a square and part of the number without a square, part of the number without a square. I can call it x, then plus another x, and then plus another constant c. The constant may be there or not, such that I can have there that, but then this guy can take on some coefficients, and then this one can have a coefficient. Such an equation is what I call a quadratic expression, such that a and C, the product SC, I call it the product SC is the product, and then B comprises or constitutes of my sum. So whenever I'm factorizing a quadratic expression, I bear in mind these two guys, the product and the sum. For example, I can have a quadratic equation. For example, if I have, they tell me to factorize, if I'm told to factorize maybe x squared minus x minus 6, as that is a quadratic expression. So I can say solution. I can have the x squared minus x minus 6. I come and I say, give me the sum, give me the product. But I want to factorize, so I look for the factors, such that my sum is the number, the coefficient of x without a square. So this is -1. The product is going to be 1 times -6, which is -6. So I look for two numbers, which when I add I get -1, multiply I get 6. That is most likely a 2 and a 3. But the thing is, when I add these two guys, I get negative, multiply I get negative. When I add I get negative, then I need to make the 3 negative, such that I put these two guys in the position of the sum. So I can have there x squared, the order doesn't matter, minus 3x plus 2x minus 6. Mathematically, I've not changed anything, because when I add this, I go back here. So what I do is I can group these two guys, x squared minus 3x, I group it, plus open brackets 2x minus 6, I group these two guys, such that I factorize, I pull out what is common here and here. What is common is an x into x minus 3. What is common in the next bracket is a 2. I have a 2 into x minus 3. So I further factorize what is common. This and this is common. So I have x minus 3 as common, this and this. When I pull out these two guys, I remain with an x plus 2. And seriously, I factorized a quadratic expression. Okay, so we have another question to factorize. It is still a quadratic expression. So if I look at that guy, I say, what is the sum? The sum is -2. What is the product? The product is a -35. And then what are the factors? The factors are two numbers, which when I add them, I get -2. When I multiply, I get -35. They are obviously -7 and a 5, such that when I add these two guys, negative, when I multiply -35, I put them in the position of the sum. So that I have here 5y squared, then minus 7y plus 5y minus 7. So I group this guy, I group this guy, I also group these two guys together. What is common here is a y into 5y minus 7, then plus what is common here is like a silent 1 into 5y minus 7. This and this are common. I pull them out, so that I have 5y minus 7 into this, and this has been removed, so I remain with a y plus 1. I factorized that guy. So we can proceed solving quadratic expressions by factorization. So we can solve quadratic expressions by very many methods, but I think the simplest of them all is factorization. So we can have a number, maybe if they can tell us that we solve, if we are told to solve, maybe you have x that is equal to 15 minus x squared out of 2. Clearly, this is trying to hide the quadratic expression, but you can view that I have a number with a square, it has no square with the c part, so I can cross multiply, or I can multiply both sides by a 2, so that 2x will equal to a 15 minus x squared. So I can bring all of them this side, so that I have x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. So you'll allow me employ factorization. So factorization says give me the sum, give me the product, and then give me the factors. So what is my sum? The sum is this guy, which is a 2. The product is 1 times negative 15, which is negative 15. Two numbers which when we multiply we get negative 15, add, get 2. That is most likely a 3 and a 5. But then the product is negative, the sum is positive, then the small one is negative. So that when I add these two guys, I get a positive sum, multiply, I get a negative product. So I put these guys in the position of the sum. I have x squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 15 is equal to 0. So I group these two guys, I factorize them. So if I group this and I factorize x into x minus 3, if I group this, I factorize plus what is common will be a 5 into x minus 3. So this will equal to 0, such that I can have here what is common. This and this are common. I factorize them, x minus 3 into x plus 5. This will equal to 0. So what I do here is I equate each bracket independently to 0. So I can say that either x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x plus 5 will equal to 0. So that I have here x that is equal to negative 5, or x that is equal to a positive 3. I can say therefore my x is equal to 3, or x is equal to negative 5. So that is how, student, we factorize. We solve quadratic equations by factorization. It is a simple approach. Yeah, but remember to subscribe to our channel and like our videos, such that we can create more interesting mathematics videos like this. Thank you.